Andrew is scared to death right now to
He's
push
scared.
record.
He's scared. He's scared.
He's
He's not even sure what they're gonna say.
He's listening for the last 5
welcome
minutes.
Welcome back to another Bassmaster Open Pros Fantasy Pick'em show.
He's cutting you off,
Santee
Ish.
Cooper. We're at
I know he
Santee
is.
Cooper. And
Folks, you missed out. You missed out, folks. You missed out.
We did the show already, and then Andrew was like, "I don't feel like hitting it."
Exactly. Andrew didn't want to air any of it, folks. Get on Andrew because he left out a lot of great content.
20 minutes in.
Panger was giving it out too, boy.
He was. Panger was on it, and Andrew just cut it all out. Like, you guys didn't want to record any of this.
No.
All it was I found a 2004 Delta show that Ish was doing good in, and he was wearing white rib sunglasses.
They were silver.
No, they were pure white.
They were silver.
I could show you the picture.
Go get silver. Go for it. Go for it. They're silver. Look at it. They're silver. I know exactly the ones that you're talking about.
Oh, you didn't have them on in this one. Do you want to hear it again? No, you
go back. You can go back. Go back and watch it. It's silver. I know exactly the glasses you're talking about.
Could you hear what it said?
Yeah.
Listen to this.
Just go fishing and have a lot of fun today. I mean, that's the whole part of this game. I'm not competing against the anglers. I'm competing against the fish, and just want to go out and catch them and have fun and make it back in safe.
That's literally every cliche that's ever been said in a fishing interview. You put it in a 16-second
They got that from me. But they got that from me. That's why they say it nowadays.
Well, he created the cliche.
You're the one who created I'm fishing against the fish, not the other anglers. That was you?
Yes, that was me.
You didn't know that, Matt?
I was unaware of that.
He didn't do his research.
For somebody that does their research, he kind of dropped the ball on that one.
Yeah.
Wow.
He trademarked all those.
Credit. Well, I'm just here to have fun today and pick 5 anglers. So
yeah, that's what I do every time, and it works.
Good job last week, though, Ish. You did have the pick of the century. Before you jumped on, we were talking about it. Like, that was probably in 10 years of doing fantasy fishing, that was the best pick that I have ever seen someone make.
Oh,
it was. It was good.
Koya
Fujita.
Yeah. I actually got a phone. I got a phone call about that. No, not from him. From the bosses, and they were actually, they liked it, so they're watching the show. Andrew,
that's
a good thing.
That's why you didn't hit record.
I still think my picks for St. Clair when they were on St. Lawrence was better, but I did make like 4 top 10s those picks. I'm just saying.
And you pick for St. Clair, not St. Lawrence.
Well, I mean,
100%. He's like, I know he likes cranking at St. Clair, and then
1,300 points.
And I stuck with him. I didn't change it.
I don't know. I might have to change mine because I don't like these groups that they gave us this week.
I like a couple of them, and then I don't like them.
They are pretty hard. Let's go ahead and get this thing kicked off. Ish obviously had probably one of the best weeks, but we're going to start with Pangrac. Let's see what you got, Pangrac Group A.
Man, there's a number of guys. There's a number of guys that are going to catch him here in Group A. But if you go back to his FLW days, he's fished 4 events in April, throughout the month of April, 2 14ths, a 19th, and a 28th. John Cox, 10%.
Yeah, I don't care about any of that stuff. Don't care about
exactly.
It's John Cox. Listen, once sight fishermen get on a roll,
they're on a roll. Right, they're on a roll.
I do think it's a tail end of the spawn there. They were spawning when they were there in pre-practice a month ago.
Catch fish, garden fry. It's all the same thing. It's irrelevant.
I like how he's probably going to catch him on a wacky rigged general skipping it around Cypress, and neither of you are going to be like, oh, look at that John Cox with the spinning rod in his hands. You're going to talk about what a great shallow water fisherman he is. Not that he's
because he's John Cox. The whole point is he is John Cox.
Correct.
John Cox can pick, but when he picks up a spinning rod, he's picking it up with 40-pound braid. He's throwing his general on 15-pound fluorocarbon leader. He's not throwing it on 8-pound and a little freaking Ned rig in them cypress trees, hoping to pull a 7-pounder out of a freaking cypress tree on an 8-pound test Ned rig with, I've got 15-pound braid and 8-pound test, so I'm fishing like. No, you're not fishing like a man. You're fishing like a crappie fisherman.
He's right, dude. Like John Cox is way different. He gets a lot of passes on things. It's just different the way he goes about it. So he gets a pass on all that.
Right.
Well, I kind of went a different direction.
That's Andrew.
Hey, Andrew, who'd you pick?
Yeah, who'd you pick, Andrew?
I went Greg Hackney because Greg Hackney puts a big stick in his hands, and last time they were there, he finished in the top 10. Yeah. And basically every time I think he's ever gone there, he's done pretty darn good. When you put cypress trees in his wheelhouse and shallow water, it's hard not to pick Greg Hackney.
Listen, hey, I don't know if you realize, like me and Hackney don't talk about it much, but dude, he's sight fishing a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Have you noticed that? He's sight fishing a lot in these events. And so
yes, he is.
You're gonna have to kind of like put him in the conversation, because like, to Matt's point, it's not always all sight fishing, but it's kind of related to it. And so when you have like, it could go either way. Like I could go flip trees, but if the sight fishing is kind of there, I'll do that as well. You kind of have to pick those guys that can do a little bit of both. That's why the John Cox is so easy, because it doesn't really matter if he's not sight fishing. He just understands how to catch fish up there, and that those weird, goofy fish that are like swimming around randomly up there.
And there's no offshore bite really. There is one, but it's not even a factor because there's so much bank shallow cover on that place. And Hackney and cypress trees go hand in hand.
Yeah, I agree. So who
I
you
think
got?
Those are the two obvious ones in that one.
Well, no, because see, I thought about Hackney, and as I scrolled down the list, I came to my boy, and once again, having a conversation with this dude. He finished 11th. He's having a good year. He's rolling with it. He went in pre-practice for a week. You can't give this dude who has won a Bassmaster Classic. I'm getting in my analytics here because it makes Pangrac feel good. He's won an Angler of the Year. He's the only guy to win at every level of bass from the Federation all the way up. I'm going to have to go with Ike in that group because I know that he practiced. And anytime you give that dude practice, which he hadn't done last year, that's why he had a bad year, he's going to catch him.
I kind of called you out for picking your boys, but your boys have kind of caught him.
My boys have caught him. Johnny Cruz, I get on him a little bit. I call him and just go like, dude, you're hurting my fantasy fishing deal. I love you to death. You're like my brother, but you're hurting my fantasy fishing. I'm picking you because I know what you're capable of, but you're not showing out. And and all I get from him is I love my wife, which he does.
I get that. So who you got, Todd?
John Cox.
Oh, you went John Cox. I didn't know you went John Cox as well.
Yeah,
okay.
John. It was John Hackney, or for me, like I said, Ike, and I chose Ike just because I want to be a little different than the rest of you guys.
I mean, obviously, there's two people we didn't talk about in that group, and that's Drew Cook and Drew Benton. And
yes,
I mean, Cook won there last time they were there, so I mean, I fully expect him to have a good event as well. And Drew Benton. I mean, especially if the sight fishing does play. They just kind of have a knack for that place. So,
but a lot of sight fishermen, Kobe Krieger let me down last event with the sight fish deal. Like I thought that dude, at one point in time, FLW claimed him as the best sight fisherman on tour. I was just like, hey, he can catch him, but he let me down.
I mean, we're in the same group. We haven't even mentioned Walters or Welcher.
Oh yeah, no. I mean,
and Welcher's back on pace, and Walters is obviously going to catch him because he has the clear water and the post spawn with the brush piles on that lake. I mean, he's going to top 20 this tournament.
Yeah, I went for more
Patrick Walters.
Oh yeah,
I went for more of the what I felt like would be the more consistent top 10, and not the homer, and that's why I went Hackney because I just felt like.
He's going to be in the top 10.
He's going to be in the top 10. Like,
yeah,
I mean,
he's going to be in the top 10.
He might not win it, but he's going to be in the top 10. Mm-hmm. This is going to be the one that he is.
Yeah. And Ike wants to win another event. That's why I picked him because I know how bad he wants it, and it's kind of one of his favorite places, So
let's go Group B. Todd, lead us off.
You're going to do it.
No, I don't want to do this because I think it's okay. I think the pick is Brandon Lester. I think that's the pick. But I haven't picked this guy. I don't know why. Stetson Blaylock.
It's a good pick.
But I like the Brandon Lester one's hard to get away from. I just think he's going to be, like you said, consistent. But I got to make up some points, so I'm going Stetson.
I like it. What about you, Ish?
I'm kind of going off the cusp here. Brandon Lester was kind of my first thought process, but who I'm really feeling is Steve Kennedy.
Oh, I know.
Kind of, Steve is. There's something about Steve and him breaking out a freaking glide bait, because as you guys have seen, this glide bait swim bait thing is starting to take trend a little more, and he's due for a big breakout in an event. He threw a frog at Okeechobee, and he threw the wrong frog. It had little tiny hooks in it, and you can't catch big largemouth bass with little hooks in your frog. So you
got to throw the popping perch. You're right.
It is a great popping. I will not take anything away from the popping perch because it actually has a big hook in it. But I'm gonna say the Fat Matt Daddy Frog, if he was throwing that one, he would have freaking probably won the event because he would have landed every single one of those big ones. Just saying.
When you get together, we got to go to when we go battle these two. We just got to go to a frog lake and see which one
we do. Yeah, you throw the popping perch and I throw the frog. My popping frog. I mean, it'd be over. Like
against Wacky and Cinco. Oh yeah, we got
Wacky. Yeah, Wacky and Cinco. Exactly. Yeah. He just shakes his head.
Anyways, I picked Gerald Swindle. I think the history that he has there is good, and I think he's going to have a good tournament. Once again, I'm going with consistency this week, just where I think they're going to be really solid and not home run. I actually had Steve Kennedy picked. I just have been burned by Steve Kennedy too many times.
You can only pick him once a year.
Yep.
Yes, you're right. You're absolutely right.
I've picked him almost every year, and I'm not gonna lie. I've picked him the right time. Like I have picked him when he has made it,
and I think this is the right time. Hopefully,
I agree. Yeah. I think he could have a really good week this week. Let's go Group C-ish. Lead us off.
I'm going with Kennedy too, by the way.
Oh, I didn't. I forgot.
It's fine. It's no big deal.
Yeah,
I'll just skip all my Kennedy stats and why I'm not.
Matt's here. Matt's here. I didn't know Matt was here. I'm sorry.
I guess this stuff doesn't matter anymore.
Don't pick Steve. Don't pick Steve. I've never seen Steve do good when two guys pick him.
Oh my God, you picked him too?
No, I picked him too, but I mean,
no, he is not going to.
Now I feel like you're just placating me if I tell you all my Steve Kennedy stats. So just
give us the stats. Give us the stats.
It's fine.
Everybody else wants to know besides us. So you're doing them. An injustice to the people, the viewers.
Statistics behind what everyone's talking about. Steve's 3 finishes this year. He has a 5th, he has a 20th, and he has a 100th. And he should have done good on all of them. And something sticks
5th and 20th are pretty decent.
Yeah, but 100th is, I mean, that's like
you know what that feels like. Oh, sorry, that slipped out. Gosh, gotta watch myself.
It'll bite you. It'll bite you ish. It'll happen on one of these nine. On one of these nine in a 230 boat field.
The flipping stick is probably the most consistent way to go.
Triple digit finishes, and I know you're a risky fisherman the way you fish. It's gonna happen to you. And Andrew,
there's no risk.
There's no minute mark. I want you to rack that tape when Ish comes back on with a freaking triple digit finish in the opens.
Once again, my thought process.
You know how that feels.
No, that the part is the thought process has changed, and there's no risk in this because I'm not risking to win an event until the last day when I'm in the top 10. Then I will go for it. But once again, the flip.
Either sometimes it happens.
You're on Toledo Bend throwing a finesse rod around on the fishery with some of the biggest. There was this guy, Todd something, that crushed them. And he made the top 10, and you watch the little video clips of him sight fishing and throwing a frog. And I don't think he sight fished with a spinning rod at all. And I'm just saying that guy, and if you was there one, he got one. He caught one.
My last fish on the very final day when I broke down, I had to catch
one fish. But hey, once again, just like John Cox, you get a pass because you're a real man. Yeah. I'm just saying
Pangrac, why did you pick Steve Kennedy?
I have visions. I watched him. I was shooting photos of him on. No, not this week. A long time ago. Good Lord. And my internet sucks because we had a tornado that came through and the thing's recycling every 15 minutes.
Did you have a vision of the tornado?
No. Steve Kennedy loves skipping a Cinco around cypress trees. So he's got the freaking glide bait thing, but he loves cypress trees. I've watched him all the way up there. Like, oh, God, it's a big one. I've watched him land the 5-pounders from the cypress. He gets the cypress. He likes it. He's in a good feel coming off a good tournament. So that's why I'm going with Steve Kennedy.
But that's not any. But that's not any. That's not any statistics. We're
I already
expecting
gave
statistics.
the 5th, the 20th, and the 100th.
That's from this year. But what about previous years on that lake?
Yeah, I was wondering.
And I gave a statistic of when he won a tournament off of cypress trees, West Point.
Oh. Okay.
Oh, I didn't hear
with
you
a
say
Cinco
West Point.
in April.
Okay.
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 All right. Well, let's go Group C. Sorry, I skipped you there, Matt. That's my
that's
bad.
fine.
Don't worry, we forget about him too, Andrew. It's okay.
Group C, Brandon Paul, or I just got my pick. I went Brandon.
You just took my pick. You just took my pick, so that's fine. Thank you for knowing what I was gonna say. So go ahead and just give it, Andrew, because I mean, I've got BP too. That's my boy.
I mean, it's hard not to go Brandon Polnick in Group
C
this week. I mean, it was between him and Prosnick for me.
Yeah, that was a tough call.
I mean, but I do think Polnick finally rights the ship.
So y'all two got Polnick?
Yep. Who'd you go with, Todd?
I went Prosnick.
I went Prosnick as well.
Oh, wow,
I had a weird feeling. Me and Matt, like when y'all went that way, I was like, man, I bet you, because I tried to figure out another of any of those people, and I'm like, I just don't want to pick. I think Polnick might have a better. I'm trying to get off to like a 37%, and I'm trying to make a little bit of a run, and that's the only reason I didn't pick Lester or Prosnick. I think those are guarantees, but not Prosnick. I'm sorry, Polnick. But
well, who do you have now, Ish, for Group D?
Oh man,
I took your thunder there.
Yeah, you got to make me. I got to go back and look now because I forgot that fast because you made me.
That was my fault.
That was your fault. Let me see here. Give me 1 second. My Group D pick, the King. JC, the King.
Oh.
HC? Hank Cherry?
No. JC. JC.
Internet.
Yeah, you have really bad internet. I mean, once again, you had your choice. Jason Christie, Hank Cherry. Who are you going to pick?
Well,
exactly.
Based off statistics, the last time Jason Christie was in at Santee Cooper, he weighed in like 2 bass the whole tournament for 4 pounds or something like that. So,
that dude fishes to win. He fishes to win.
Yeah, I agree completely, but it scared the crap out of me. So I was like, you know what? I'm not going Jason Christie this week, especially with 31% ownership there.
I'm taking Jason Christie. I mean, the dude. I'm sorry, the dude fished. I don't think I've seen like the dude have a spinning rod in his hand one time, and that's like in the Great Lakes.
I think he frogged both of the days of that event, and that's just what he caught.
He literally won the Bassmaster Classic on a spinning rod.
What? Well, yeah, but the key fish came on a jig in docks.
Okay, I guess the other 14 didn't matter.
Doesn't matter. He wouldn't have won without that fish.
He wouldn't have won with just that fish.
He wouldn't have won without that fish.
Oh my God, Todd, what do you got in Group D?
Like once again, Jason Christie's the pick, right? But I'm not picking him.
Yeah.
Like I want to go. I want to go David Mullins. I want to go like Caleb Summerall. I want to do all that.
Both of those are good choices.
I can't believe I'm doing this to him.
You're going Hallman again?
Yeah.
Because I mean, last time he was there, he absolutely destroyed them.
I know. Like I didn't want to do it. But I'm like, it. But see, the Christie thing, like both those picks, like they're all the same type of guys. Like everyone I just mentioned are all the same type of fishermen. Is why I'm picking them.
Right.
And Mullins isn't, but Mullins I think will get back on track. Yeah, I'm picking him. I'm picking Hallman.
You going Hallman?
I don't think it's bad. He likes that place a lot. So, I mean, I think that's a pretty easy pick. I actually went Caleb Cooper just from his last finish there.
I like that.
Second. And he honestly just kind of had a knack for it. He seemed like he really figured it out. So
I'd change my pick if I could. I'm not going to. I'm saying I would change. I'm not going to. Yeah. I'm saying I would change my pick. I didn't even. Where is he? Oh, where is he?
He's dead middle, I think, isn't he?
I don't know. Maybe that's why I didn't pick him.
Yeah, he's 4 below Hallman.
1, 2, 3. Oh, I just totally missed that one. Yeah. That's a good pick.
What about you, Panger? Who you got? Did he freeze?
Did he freeze?
I think he froze.
He's frozen.
Oh, there
I'm
he goes.
back.
Okay.
There he is.
I'm back.
Who you got?
I'm going Jason Christie.
Are you and Christie? Okay.
Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah.
Are you gonna pick Jason every tournament this year, or are you just gonna pick him selectively?
No, that was just a 1-year deal. That was just like I said, that was a pick out of spite, a spite pick for the entire year, so that kind of reset.
Oh, okay. Is there any other spite picks that we need to be aware of?
Ish is potentially leading me to.
You
7
didn't pick
spite
him.
picks.
You didn't pick him the whole time either.
That is
Don't say
that
you
is
did.
true.
Yeah, I
You
did.
were supposed to pick him
No,
every
you were
time.
supposed to when you got mad at me, and then
And I did until he didn't do, and then I didn't pick him.
I
on the
didn't know
one
if
that
you
he
know this
didn't do
is
good
the
in.
spike pick was for me. It was
Yeah,
I was trying to figure that one out because I didn't know.
Yeah.
I'm like, I thought him and Jason were cool, and
No, it had
he
nothing to
got
do. It
mad
was
at
just to
me
piss off
because-
Todd.
because I was
Just to
beating
piss off
him or
Todd.
Who knows? Who knows?
Because
why.
John
you
was
know,
like, "Ooh, I
that's
know
not
who
a very
you're gonna
good bit.
pick."
Spite is not a very good business model. Just
No.
giving you a
That's
heads
why
up.
he came
there.
in second or third or whatever.
Second.
He wasn't first, is all I know.
Yeah.
Last year.
So we should change his to first loser.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just going off my tournament. I like to come in seconds apparently, so that's why.
Oh, I've got a lot of them. I
I
posted
don't mind
3 in
seconds.
3
They
weeks.
pay, but you
They
know,
do pay, but
too
first
many
is yeah.
Yeah, too many
First
of
pays a
them
lot
start to
more.
like
I mean,
Yes.
make you mad.
you know,
I'm not complaining. I'm just saying too many of them start kind of like, all right.
Right.
we
Like
need to throw
when
a W
when
there.
but it's gonna happen. It always does. It
Yeah,
always
yeah.
happens.
so let's go Group E. Panger, how about you lead us off?
Man, so I've got John Cox, Steve Kennedy, Jacob Porosnik, Jason Christie. And I mean, dude, I just am going to cap off my team
Do
with
it.
crusty old veterans
Oh,
that have the potential for bad attitudes and like to
Oh,
power
you did not
fish
pick my
Upshaw.
guy again.
I did too. I think I could.
And I am going with a dude who has not been happy with his year, and he's going to
Mr.
have
Grumpy.
Matt Herron.
Mr. Grumpy. I knew it. Mr. Grumpy.
He only has 4%. We all three went
Yeah,
I
4.
know.
I went Matt Herron as well.
Dude, you know how pissed off the first one that bites on Thursday morning is going to be on Matt Herron? I don't care. Like, that poor Santee Cooper bass is just going to get a week of hate in one hook.
Yes. Yes, he will. Mr. Grumpy himself. He is known as Mr. Grumpy. Like, you can walk up to him and call him Mr. Grumpy. I want all the fans out there to just call him Mr. Grumpy from here on out. And the part about it, he will not get mad. He will actually you'll probably see him smile when you call him Mr. Grumpy.
My only problem is he's probably going to have a 2.5-pound penalty every day for dead fish penalty from having a 5/0 straight shank just through the brain of every single bass he weighs in. Because it's going to be like he's going to be flying kites out there. It's just going to be hook set bass in the air.
Jacking them. Poor little bass. Yes.
And
yes.
he's going to talk crap to him every time he hooks one, too.
You belong in that live well.
Yeah.
You stay there.
Yeah.
Matter
You
of
don't
fact,
even
I'm going
know
to get
this,
rid
but
of
your
you because
cousin
I
down
want
the
a
road
bigger
on Lake
one.
Murray. Yeah, this is your buddy over at Lake Murray's fault. What just happened to you?
Exactly. Yes.
So Ish, you got Matt Herron as well?
I got Matt Herron as well.
How about you, Todd?
there's no way. Like, so I didn't go with any percentages. Like I stayed away from the high percentages, and yeah, he got me last week, and that's all right. I don't mind Brian. If Brian New's gonna freaking get me, I can handle Brian New get me because
you like the new kid, the little
dude, I've
new
known
kid.
Brian for a long time, so it's
He's kind of out of whack right now, though.
I know.
Yeah.
That's usually what. So he'll either bomb this event or win it. So I'll just go ahead and see if he'll win it.
New. Little Brian New.
It was bad when one of the comments on YouTube the other day was like, "Oh, you got nude as well," like I did last week. I was like, "Oh man,
dude!"
So
even
outrageous.
the announcers, everyone was in shock.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
I mean, so I think he'll.
He said he had 30 schools located going into that first day.
Well, he also was last boat. He said, "Man, he drove 128 miles." Oh, look at my stat! I got me a stat.
There's a stat. He got a stat.
He drove 128 miles, I think, on day one. Like,
And his average speed was 68.
yeah, trying to find. Hey, don't steal my stat, Matt.
I'm just saying that he was going fast for a long time. That's because you opened Instagram one time and saw his post.
My only way.
That wasn't research.
I don't even have internet, man. God.
Have internet.
How do you drive 128 miles?
He couldn't get on the spot.
No, I'm calling BS on that one. I'm calling BS. I'm calling that as an excuse.
Well, he had a picture of it.
He did. And maybe Brian New's not the type of guy that's going to run up there and get on other people's spots and fish with them. You know what I'm saying?
I know. I'm a prime example of that.
That's not the case anymore. Apparently, people just roll up and fish other people like right beside each other. It happened at wait till I show the video at Toledo Bend when I drove. People were in the boat lane, and I had to go outside the boat lane because they were all bunched up. And I'm like,
I saw that.
They were fighting over that spot in the boat lane. There were 4 of them, and then they were casted across the boat lane.
With their coinlers thrown everywhere. Oh, I'm doing a video because I don't know where someone was.
I would have just ran everybody over.
There were people in the wrong in that deal, and apparently somewhere along the way, people made this right. Somewhere along the way,
because it's not right. And for all you young kids growing up, that's not the right way.
That's not the right way.
Just because somebody's fishing there does not mean you can go there and fish there.
Drive up and say, "Hey, I guess we're both fishing this spot." No,
right? No,
I'm fishing here. You can go find. This lake is 186,000 acres. Go find. You should have figured out another spot.
That didn't make sense.
There's some boat docks in the lake. Matt's over there. Hey. Go start throwing a spinning rod with him. Do something else.
Spinning rod with him.
That was nuts. I saw that. And it was like right in the boat lane and you can't get out. So like I was like,
but that wasn't the only place.
Angled towards each other, casting across the boat lane.
The coiners were all thrown. I mean, I just shook my head and go, if that's
but it wasn't the only place like that. That's the thing.
It was at that point I realized that I had messed up because everyone
fishing the opens with these people. I mean,
no, like that style of bite.
Oh, okay.
Because everyone was fighting over that stuff, and I wasn't. You know what I mean?
I
hadn't seen a boat all day.
When you see that, you look at all 4 of those people and you realize, oh, y'all aren't going to win this event. Y'all aren't trying to win. Okay,
you're not even going to cash.
Huh?
You're not going to cash with 4 boats. You're not going to cash with 4 boats casting like that.
It amazes me. Like that's what they're not fishing to go win the thing. They're like, oh, we're just going to settle for a bunch of people catch co-anglers too. And I bring that up not in a bad way. I'm saying 8 guys out there fishing, all thrown in the same area. 8, not 4. 8.
Yeah, not cool.
I'm all riled up now over freaking fantasy.
Gosh, no doubt. So how about we do this? How about we
start with Todd on the tiebreaker weight?
As usual.
Start with Todd on the tiebreaker weight. Gosh,
okay. I do not have a stat.
He's going to change it anyway, so it doesn't matter.
I'm guessing that the spawn, there's going to be a lot more post-spawn fish. Yep. So 88.3.
Damn.
Is that a lot?
Wow.
Yeah. No, for me it is. I
have no clue.
80 pounds, 5 ounces.
Well, I'm not that far away. I was 20 pounds off last week. And I changed it real quick. I just added 20 pounds real quick.
Yeah.
What you got, Matt?
85 too.
Oh, I'm good.
Well, I went 92.10. So.
Damn.
That's some skinny post spawner. Big heads.
I believe that it's been a really weird spawn all year, basically everywhere.
It's been horrible for that reason.
And I do believe that there's going to be a handful of those guys that go figure out some spawning fish, and they are going to wreck them.
Is it good weather?
Here, I will tell you guys this and I've got history on Santee Cooper. Is the only time they catch them big is in the spawn.
Yeah.
The rest of the year, it is no good. Before the spawn is no good. So I figured 20 pounds a day only for that reason. Is there'd be a few straggler spawners, but they're going to probably be those smaller fish, the last of the leftovers, not a bunch of giant fish like it was last time that they were there or any previous time. I mean, you can go back into the history of bass and see Santee Cooper. If it's during the spawn, it's phenomenal. Mm-hmm. If it's not during the spawn, it ain't so good. They disappear.
Yeah, they got decent weather.
I think I'm gonna change my weight to like 78.4 or something like that then. But no, I'm keeping mine at 92.10. I'll roll the dice. I don't care. So my favorite part of this whole entire show is figuring out who we think is going to actually win the tournament. None of us picked the winner last week, with Drew Benton winning the event. Who do we think is going to win this week? Pangrac, lead us off. Or don't.
He's frozen. He's frozen. There he is. He's on his feet. There's no phone.
Oh, okay.
There he is.
Pangrac,
He's back.
who do you got to win?
To win?
Yes, to win.
To win the event. Dude, I think Welcher's on a roll. I think it's his time. Like, I see this is like a Welcher tournament, and when he's fishing with confidence, he can rack them out.
I like it. What do you got, Todd?
I'm going Hackney.
God dang it.
Dang it, golly, Jesus.
You didn't even go Hackney in the regular group.
So?
Dang it, Todd.
His text message to me the other day flustered me so bad. I read it to Andrew, and I still can't figure it out.
I figured it out. I figured
Come on, I got to know now.
Well, when we stop the recording, we'll talk about it.
You love stopping or not starting.
Yep. No, we can't talk about that right now. But I guess I can't pick Hackney. That's dumb.
No, you can.
Well, I don't want to pick the same person as you.
You shouldn't ask.
No,
me.
you can't pick it. That's been the rules.
Yeah,
Once
yeah,
it's picked,
you have to. Oh wait, so is that the rule for the winner? Is you can't pick. We all have to pick a different
someone
winner.
else picked. Yeah, we all have to pick a different winner.
Okay.
Dude, I got a sneaky pick for the win. I'm going. Golly, I don't know. Go ahead, Ish. I'm gonna see who you pick.
Denny Brower.
He is good with a jig.
He is. He's great with a jig. That's my pick. Oh, I'm gonna have to go with
your boy. I'm just curious.
No,
that's my only option. Like they're in the same group. Like I'm gonna go with Ike. I just see some. I see some post spawn practice. Something. He's fishing good, and he's angry that he missed the top 10 cut last week. So I'm going Ike. That's
who I was actually struggling with because I actually believe Ike could go out there and win it for sure. I just have this vision, like this vision of him holding the trophy. I don't know.
The vision is that like the Pangrac vision?
Yeah, I was it was a vision I had last night.
He's frozen again.
No, he's not.
No,
I'm just indifferent.
I'm going Polnick for the win. The last time Polnick was there, he got a top 10, but I remember watching live that week, and he was catching them off the bank.
Was it? What was he catching them on there?
Catch them on swim bait.
And also, didn't he catch a big one on a drop shot?
Yeah, but he caught one on a drop shot.
One. But he didn't win. He didn't win the tournament. He didn't win the tournament.
Has already told us how important one fish in a tournament can be.
Yeah, but he didn't win. But he didn't win.
My thing is, if these fish
it was a 7-pounder.
He didn't win.
There are more post spawn. Polnick is going to have a better chance if he understands that off the bank stuff better than the others.
And that's where Ike comes in too, because Ike's a post spawn guy. The only thing about Ike is he won't pull out that big swim bait because he wants to do well, and that's gonna hurt. And they eat that big swim bait there, obviously.
Yeah, and that's why I think Polnick gets him a win this week at Santee Cooper. I almost said Seminole. God, maybe I should have just pretended it was Seminole and just made my picks that way, and then I'd have probably done better like Todd did at Lake St. Clair and St. Lawrence.
I've probably done it at a couple other lakes, but
100% you've done it at other lakes on these picks. Yeah. Well, guys, we appreciate y'all coming on. Make sure you go check out Todd Castledine on YouTube, Matt Pangrac, Bass Talk Live, and Ish Monroe on his various social media platforms. I appreciate y'all coming on, and I will see Ish and Pangrac this next week at Bugs Island. Todd, good luck getting second in all the events that you're going to continue to get second and first in the next few weeks. So y'all go check them out, and I appreciate y'all coming on.